Good morning. It's time for Sunday Thoughts with Stevie GB. Well, I got to tell you, folks, tomorrow is a big day for me. Well, not that big. It's my birthday. I will be 63. I look good, right? No gray hair. Yeah, sure, no hair, but no gray hair. A little bit, like a little salt and pepper. Doesn't matter. I'm not overweight. I'm thin. You don't see many fat 80-year-olds, so I'm going to live a long time. That's the plan. I don't mind getting older. I feel good. When you hit 60, things happen to your brain. I'm forgetting some things. It's probably from a little too much partying back in the day. We'll leave it at that. But I definitely lost a few brain cells. Not so much that I'm waking up in the morning and there's like brain on my pillow like oatmeal, but definitely lost a few. I forget things, you know. My hearing is a little bit suspicious. I have some selective hearing problems. I think I'm losing my short-term memory. Did I tell you that already? That's my phone. But 63. I never thought I'd say this, but I'm actually looking forward to getting older because in 2 years, I'm done. I'm retiring, collecting my Social Security and getting the hell out of the business. Not the comedy business, the bullcrap business that I've been in since I'm 16. I started working at the age of 16. 16. I got my working papers and I worked for 2 months at a place called Lumber Headquarters in Islip. There was a shell. They were just opening up. And I was barely 98 pounds. And they had me like building shelves and painting and carrying lumber. I couldn't do that. Then they fired everybody once the place was built and they only kept a few people. Now it's gone. Then I worked at Janelle's 5 and 10 in East Islip. I worked there for a couple of years, pretty much all through high school. I enjoyed that job. I learned a lot, and I still remember things that I learned at Janelle. Janelle, Janel, East Islip, right on Main Street, also gone. Then I worked at ADS, Applied Digital Data Systems in Hauppauge, also gone. You see a pattern here? For a while, I thought I was a bad luck charm. Every place I worked went out of business. Well, that's because in the 70s and 80s, Long Island was a manufacturing haven. It was all electronics companies. A lot of them were supplying parts to places like Grumman, Fairchild, Sperry, and all of those companies are gone because Long Island went from a manufacturing giant to a service giant or whatever. So the economy changed, and I lost a lot of mine. And they just went out of business. But I always moved to the next job for more opportunity. I would get bored easily. I worked in accounting, and I got bored, and I moved on. I moved on a lot. I was never afraid to move on. I was never afraid to change jobs. A lot of people hate change. They get a job. I don't know if I admire people that do this or I feel bad for them. But you ever hear people who work for the same company for like 40 years? I couldn't do that. It becomes like their second home, I guess. But I always wanted to do something else. I don't think it's a problem, but this is me. It's like when I'm doing something, I'm thinking about doing something else. This might be a creative problem, a boredom problem. I don't even know if it's a problem. It's just my personality. It's like, what else is there? I'm always looking for something else. I'm the kind of guy that changes the channel on the remote because I don't want to see what's on. I want to see what else is on. That might be a Jerry Seinfeld joke, but if I can remember it. But I did lose my short-term memory. Did I tell you that already? So where are you at? 63. I feel good. I'm healthy. A couple of years, I'll be retiring from this rat race. Right now, I work part-time. I make a joke, and it's actually true. I work 24/7. It takes me 7 days to work 24 hours. That's not so bad. And I'm doing kind of easier work. I've kind of, come down a little bit because for years, being a controller of a company and being in charge and just basically being the bad guy. I was always the bad guy. You see, the thing with accounting that people don't understand when you work for a company, it's a thankless job. Thankless. You're the bad guy. If the numbers are bad, it's your fault. If the numbers are good, The sales department did well. You never get congratulated. There's no awards for accounting. There's nothing, there's no accounting awards like the Emmys or the Grammys or the Oscars. There's no celebration at the end of the month when you close the month and you tie in the general ledger and reconcile the bank statements. Who cares? I even had one guy tell me once that, what do we need you for? There's money in the bank. As long as I got checks in the checkbook, there's money in the bank. This is the kind of thought process I used to deal with. They don't understand the value of accountants and accounting and bookkeeping and keeping the books straight. They didn't get it. They thought it was easy. They thought it was some kind of art. And if you didn't make the numbers to their liking, you must have done something wrong. The other thing with accounting is if you make a mistake, your credibility is down the toilet. But I had a boss once and I liked him. He said, "That's why pencils have erasers," which was a nice thing to say. He still didn't respect me or understand what I did. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, in my working life. I don't really regret them anymore, but I did leave jobs feeling like unfinished business, and maybe I didn't do the right thing. But I got over it. And there were a lot of stresses. How many times I would go to bed at night and nervous because tomorrow the outside accounting firm was coming in to go through everything. Can you imagine having a job where you have people from the outside come in and review your work and find mistakes and purposely knock you down so they can build themselves up and justify their existence? Can you imagine that? I worked with consultants that were trying to justify why they should get paid $250 an hour. And it was to find my mistakes so they could say, "Thank God you have me here," to the owners who were paying them, and then have to face those owners every day when they know that your mistakes were uncovered by some outside person. It's embarrassing. It's degrading. It's humiliating. And in 2 years, I'm done. And I'll still have a lot of life left. I think I'll have a good 20 years, I hope, before things really fall apart. And I'll be able to really concentrate on the things I've been wanting to do, although I've been doing them anyway: writing, performing comedy, uh, teaching comedy. I still want to do my one man show course. I've been working on that forever. Solo show. I don't want to, it's not just man, it's woman too. Solo show. I just want to like relax, maybe travel, maybe, who knows, and not get COVID. That's the goal. Although people are recovering from COVID, they don't tell you that on the news. The media is awful. I got to stop watching the news. But anyway, how you doing? 63 tomorrow, 2 years away, 2 years and 1 month to be exact. I have a retirement countdown on my phone that tells me when I'm going to be able to give this all up. Don't tell my current job. I don't want them to know. I might still work part time. We'll see. Have a good day. Bye bye.